Hey, you fucks. Thanks for, checking out the videos, showing a little bit of support. How about you take it to the next level and show us some love over there on Patreon, huh? Huh? Huh?
Hey, what's up there, everybody out there on YouTube? So it's good boy PapaTetsu coming to you live from my cell phone, and I'm using a really cheap fucking cell. I'm using an app that's just called Voice Recorder, and I originally got this app because it lets you record. Like one of my buddies, he's like I used to send like audio messages to him, and he's like, man, like they cost too much. I don't know, I guess in America you guys are worried about using too much data or something, and he's like, man, it takes too much data, you got to send me like smaller audio files. So then anyway, I found this one, and yep, so I'm recording on my phone now because I actually don't have that much memory left on my phone. It's been a while since I did a phone dump onto my getting all the data off of here. It's just all gay porn, all of it is. But anyway, I'm stuck at my house right now, and I'm charging my bike battery. I'm charging Spaghetti's battery, and yeah, I just I need to wait at least an hour for this battery to be fully charged. I mean, luckily, it's pretty cool that it only takes that much, but what is it? It's just I'm here waiting for like at least an hour plus. And it's funny because I was supposed to go and meet my buddy, PapaTetsu. We're going on a camping trip today, and I was supposed to already be there where, like, at our first meeting spot, like, 10, 15 minutes ago. And, I parked, I tried to turn on Spaghetti. I'd set up all my camping gear, and it's just like, chick, 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 chick. And I'm like, God damn it. And, yeah, it's just, usually when I I ride Spaghetti around, at least it's like 20 to 30 minutes of riding him around. It's not too bad. And hey, I'm lucky that this happened. You always gotta look on the bright side of your life. And, I'm lucky this happened near my house, so I just took the battery out of fucking Spaghetti and then just, brought it home and charged it. I'm charging it up now, but anyway, it should still be like about an hour-ish. It usually takes anywhere from like an hour to 2 hours to charge that up. And Tetsu and I, as long as we use the toll roads to get there, we should be fine. We were going to take the local roads, but, from here, I think in Shinjuku, with a place where I live, I think they got the toll road entrance here. And so we can just get in there and ride down there. And man, it's been been over... it's been just 1 week, and I still have this fucking tonsil issue. You guys ever have that issue where you have a sore throat? Like, this is a first for me. I've got, like, a canker sore on my fucking tonsil, dude. Like, I thought they were painful if you get them in your mouth or, near your gums or, like, inside your gums or whatever. But, this is just painful, man. Fuck. And I know, Japan free healthcare. I could go to the doctor, and he could take care of me. But I'm lazy. I don't know. I grew up poor. I don't like going to the doctor. My mom's philosophy was wait 2 weeks, and then if it's really bad, then we'll go to like the Medicaid clinic or whatever. But it never, after 2 weeks, it usually turned out to be okay. So, But anyway, yeah, today I just thought I'd spiel about just camping, preparation, Spaghetti, all this stuff. And, because I was gonna go make a bunch of rants anyway, and I still will, but I gotta wait. I was like, Tetsu's like, I sent him a picture, and I'm like, dude, I'm all strapped in, ready to go. And then it's like, chink, 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 chink. And I'm like, no, Spaghetti, why? And anyway, and he's like, so what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, I mean, it's just the battery, right? So I'll just park the bike, and I'll go charge the battery for an hour or two, and then I'll come there. And he's like, oh, I'll just come. Oh, fuck it, I'll come to your place. So I'm like, okay. So now I'm sitting here waiting for PapaTetsu to get here, but everything's packed up. Sleeping bag, fucking tent, all this shit's all good to go. But anyway, before I get into it, I just wanted to say, just a little bit of self-plugs here. I don't make any money off Google AdSense, guys. If I got more views, I would, but I don't. So if you guys, this whole series, this whole thing is 100% fan-funded. So if you guys want to help out PapaTetsu and PapaTikyo, then you know what to do. You can go over to patreon.com/TikyoSam to sign up for Japanese lessons. You could get some mail from Japan. You could even sign up for a tour or a consultation. You can even get some behind the scenes footage or a secret blog. All that stuff over on patreon.com/TikyoSam. And or you could do a super chat or a super thanks. And hello everybody in the premiere. Who's in the premiere, by the way? Say hi if you're in the premiere chat. We release this every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Tokyo time. So we should, you guys should be in there. Hell yeah. And yeah, thank you guys for whoever does a super chat that extends the time for the live stream that we do at after every fucking rant. So appreciate you guys for that. And yeah, if you become a member here on any of my channels, you get access to a private Discord board where I'm just more active and stuff. So yeah, it's not like you're not getting a fucking gold toilet to shit in, but you are getting some bonus stuff in exchange for helping me out, because this is again 100% fan funded. And I guess question of the day: have you guys ever been camping? Do you like camping? Tell me some fun camping stories in the comments, because this isn't just me spieling to a microphone for an hour. This is a fun conversation that we have in the comments section afterwards. So, hey, do you like camping? Do you not like camping? Why not? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to smash like and hit subscribe button to get notified when another one of these comes out. And remember, again, we're doing a live stream after the end of every premiere on my main channel. So, yep. It's so funny because I normally have my computer turned on for this shit, and then I'm recording through my good microphone. But today I'm just like, you know what? I don't care. I'm not turning on the computer. Just waiting for this bitch-ass battery to charge. And just sitting here waiting for PapaTetsu to get over here. And, it's fun. People ask me, why do you go camping? And it's just, I like camping because it's a reminder of, like, not to take my own bed for granted, Like, my own bed for granted is, like, my own bed is, like, it's just a simple foam mattress with a futon over it. But and then I just have like 4 pillows, I got my huggy pillows, and then I got my shoulder head pillows. And it's just not to take this shit for granted, because nothing lets you be, I love it how I was looking up stuff for a video I was gonna make on another YouTuber, or not like a video, but like another rant, right? And then I was just curious, like, what did they say about me? Or like, I wondered, because it was like an old fucking website. And I saw, like, I was just like, I'm curious, because it's like, I have like, there's obviously like 1,000+ of you who watch this shit, and there's like 50 of you who comment, and then there's like 100 of you that are like active in the Discord and stuff. So it's like, we've got like at least like 100+ people that just love the shit out of me that fucking do that. And then we got like maybe 900 who are just like lurkers, semi-invested in the, in my channel. And then there's like 1 or 2 people that just hate my fucking guts. Like, I don't have enough haters to warrant like even like acknowledgement, but it's just, I don't know, some of the stuff that I saw there was just, it was funny, because like the comment that stuck out to me was like, Tikyo Sam's such a fat piece of, like, it's so total projecting. It's just basically like, he's in Japan, he's fat, he's getting laid, fuck this guy, I hate him because he is the man I want to be. Like, I mean, like, seriously, like, that's all I see when I'm reading this stuff is like I do not like Sam because he does things that offend me, but why they offend me is because I want to do them too. I'm a fat fuck, why can't I get laid? I want to be in Japan, why does Sam get to be in Japan? I want to work, I don't want to work full-time anymore, and I want to do the stuff I'm passionate about, why does he get to do it? But I saw, like, one of the comments was like, Tikyo Sam's so poor, he's so poor that he has to live in a guest house for $200 a month. And I'm like, you little bitch-ass motherfucker, I saved a lot of money staying at that guest house, dude. $200 a month. I'm using the exchange rate right now. I always just say 100 yen to $1, which isn't the exchange rate, but I just say it because it's easier. But, it's just, even if you're doing 100 yen to $1 ratio, it's still, like, only 300, maybe 350 a month to stay there. And, people could be like, oh my God, I can't believe you live like that ever. Ugh. And I'm like, well, what makes you so special that you couldn't live like that? It takes a lot of balls and guff. It takes a lot of studio gruff. It takes a lot of testicular fortitude, to put yourself down to that level where you're, like, sleeping. Like, I don't know. It's kind of cool because it's, like, communal, Like, you get to because, that was the great thing about the guest house is, like, nobody ever really stole stuff. Nobody ever truly fucked with anybody. Because if you fuck with somebody and you're clearly in the wrong, you're going to get some mob beach justice coming at you. and I'm just like, it's kind of nice knowing. Like, that's why I was never worried about, like haters or like a weirdo coming to the guest house while I was there. Because it's like, people want to talk shit. But it's like when you go into a guest house where there's like at least 60 fucking people there at one time, and then you start some shit, it might be you versus me, but then everybody else is gonna come at you too. And it's like, how do you guarantee that all those people would fight for you? I'm like, they're good people, man. Like, all the people in those guest houses, like, they're fucking, like, it's one of those things where it's like, you see, like, when you're around people that don't have a lot to lose, they're willing to help you out more, I think. Like, it's oppositely, like, they'd be willing to attack you more, But it's like, I think that, when you're around people like that, I think a lot of people are like, oh, man. You've got these haters that are like, they got the golden handcuffs, right? They're either living a life that they don't like where they're in a basement and they're like, or they're like these dudes who it's like they kind of fell in, like, it's like an English teacher in Japan that like hates everybody or whatever, right? It's like they fell into a job that they're kind of good at, and it kind of pays the bills enough, and they kind of have a girlfriend that they like or a wife, or they kind of married they kind of just felt like it's like they're letting somebody run their life for them. And like, it's so funny because I was talking to my friend about this back home. And it reminded me of, like, these people that you would meet in school, right? Where it's, like, they're very smart. They're very intelligent, right? But they never do anything with those smarts. They never do anything with that intelligence. And then, like, they're the kind of people that are, like, they hate on people like Cardi B or, like, I don't know, any cash me outside, what it do, or whatever. Like, those chicks. It's like they hate on stupid people for being successful, right? And it's like, hey, maybe I could be one of those stupid people, I don't know. But it's just like they hate people because they take initiative and they don't, right? Like, those people take initiative, but those other people, like, the people that are hating, they don't, right? And so, that's the same thing. It's like you see these guys with golden handcuffs and they're like, oh shit, I've never really worked for something that I really want, and like, oh man, somebody's hurt, but if I go and help, that might, I could jeopardize the little thing that I've barely worked for up until now. And like, it's all I know. And so, I don't know, man. It's just like, that's the thing I like about, like, it's like a double-edged sword, right? Like, one of the good things about living with, like, poor people is that they're very down to earth and they don't cause trouble, but at the same time, they're not like hesitant for stepping in to do the right thing, And, I like that. I like it. But at the same time, they can be petty and jealous people, too, who, like, if they see you rising up, it's like the crab in the bucket mentality, if you're going up, no, you ain't going up. You're staying down here with us, man, We're in it together, bro. And, I don't know. I find it funny that it's like, like, thanks to living in the guest house, I saved a lot of money. But I find it funny that, like, if you have somebody who hates you, it doesn't matter to them if they're wrong or if they're jumping to conclusions about you, because they just need they need an excuse in their own mind why they hate you, And I don't know, it's just sad, it's just sad. But it's like Casey Neistat said, like, haters are like their punishment is their own life already, Like, nobody who has their shit together, who's genuinely happy, would go online and just spend, like, countless hours of the remainder of their life just fucking hating on people, you know? It's like, go outside, build a fire, you know? Go do gay camping with your buddy PapaTetsu, you know? It's like, it's funny because you would think that people that, I don't know, it's just because I grew up poor, right? And I was around a lot of people who struggled, you know, like drug addicts, alcoholics, you know, fucking, I've had people die, even had people die in front of me. Well, I didn't really know those people that well, but like I've seen people die in front of me. You know, I've been around violence like a lot of my life, and it's like when you're around, when you have that mentality, or not mentality, but it's like there's a difference between like living in white suburbia and being afraid of like a school shooting versus being like, this street had a shooting on it last week, and that's not the first time this has happened, and I'm just waiting at the bus stop, and like all it takes is one person who just wants to fuck with me, or one person that's doing like a fucking blood in shit with their gang, that's just like, I could be a casualty even though I didn't fuck with anybody. And you kind of, it's not like you lose your passion or optimism for life, but you're just kind of accepting that like life comes and goes, and you know, you're not okay with it, but you accept it, right? And so it's like, you're not as reactionary as maybe like, you know, a guy who grew up white, you know, white collar, white family, you know, and like the plumbing in his place burst, and he's like, why, you know, like, there is no God. Like, why do you do this? Why do you make me suffer, Lord? You know, it's like, you know, I think there's a difference between that and like regular freakouts, right? And it's just, I don't know. It's just, and so like, what does this have to do with camping? Well, it's like when you go out camping, you have to rely almost 100% on your skills to get everything done, and you can't just be half-assed about it. You got to be organized, you know. You got to have a list. You got to make sure that you have stuff for comfort. You got to make sure you have stuff for cooking. You got to have stuff for cleanliness, you know. It's like, you can't just like bring a hammock. You know, you got to actually like have some shit, like, I don't know, but I like that though, because like, again, you're out on the ground, you're in nature, and you're just fucking, you know, like you're sleeping on the ground, and it's hard. It might be too cold, or it might be too hot. You know, you're all pissed off. You just want to fucking, like, you know, you already had a bad sleep, but then you gotta like ride your motorcycle for another 4 or 6 hours, and you're just like, fuck this shit, you know. But nothing humbles you more than having to deal with that stuff, you know. And hold on a second, guys. I'm just checking my instant messenger to see if PapaTetsu's okay. Yep. Yeah, I was telling my French buddy about because my French buddy just bought a motorcycle, and I was telling him that the battery died, and he's like, you don't have a manual kick for spaghetti? And I'm like, nah, dude, it's not a Yamaha, just has the button. But it's okay, because I had a Kickstarter for my scooter, and it never worked. It worked like 10% of the time, so kickstarting is bullshit. But it's okay though, because the battery's not going to take like 10 hours to charge. It takes like maybe 2 hours tops, and that's good, you know. Bring it downstairs, charge it up, you know. Red cable to the plus, black to the minus, and just let it do its thing, you know. You're good to go. So but I mean, the thing is that it gets dark around 5 p.m. now because it's winter, right? So yeah, so I'm just, you know, I gotta make sure that we get there beforehand. Luckily, I'm like a lazy fuck, dude. I bought this new tent. I had, like, the first tent I bought in Japan was this one that was very compact, and it had all the little, like, the cord cable fucking sticks or whatever, the bendy sticks, and it was just a real pain in the ass to use and set up. You had to like set up all the sticks, make sure everything was stretched out well. If it didn't dig into the ground well enough, it would come undone. And the new tent I got, it's just lazy. It's like you lay it all down, you roll it out, and then you just fucking, you latch it down to the ground, and then you just pull it up. You just pull it up, and boom, there you go. And it takes up a big part of the duffel bag, but it's there for convenience, right? And this time around, like, I think this is probably oh God, how many times have I been camping so far? I went camping in Shizuoka on that ocean, the ocean area. I went camping in Chiba, in the ocean area. I went camping in the mountains with Brian Ramen Adventures, and where else have I been camping? I feel like I've been camping like 2 more spots besides that. But yeah, I mean, like, it's I'm doing it right this time. Like every time is like trial and error, right? You gotta feel it out to see what is like what do you need, what do you not need, kind of thing. And it's like, for me, like you get the extra battery, right? And I'm bringing my tablet, because the tablet is you can use that as like a TV. You can watch TV with your buddy. I got my Bluetooth speaker so that we can watch TV on that or something. I mean, like, we got the Fire or whatever too, right? But it doesn't matter. The tablet's small. It's fun. I got a book. I've got like I've got a fan for circulation. Yeah, I got I got my headlight, my USB headlight that's super fucking powerful, which is badass. I'm bringing my drone. My buddy Juan, he sold me his drone a while ago, so I can use the drone now. That's pretty cool. What else? Got the GoPro, the batteries, the microphones. In the camping bag, I've got a sleeping bag, the tent, a blanket to put down, just, because it's soft and nice and fluffy, and extra warmth. I've got about 20 Kairos, which are like the disposable heat packs, to keep you warm. Especially like if it's going to be cold. Like, I checked the weather report and it says it's 20 degrees Celsius during the day, 9 degrees Celsius at night. So, and that's weird because it's by Mount Fuji. I thought it would be a lot colder. But either way, as long as you got those heat packs, you're fine, Like, you got the tent, that's one layer of insulation. And one thing I noticed, at least when I was in Okinawa, because when I was in Okinawa, if you guys ever watched any of those rants, I haven't released the vlog yet, but when I was in Okinawa, I had I was doing like one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to go around the whole island of the Honto, like the real, what do you call it, like the main island of Okinawa. I wanted to do one big giant loop around the island, and it's funny because that was a really, really fun trip. But I went there in January, again with PapaTetsu, and I thought, like, it was like he got a separate hotel, and he was so proud of himself because he's like, this one, it's on the main drag, and it was just full of like old people, like old dudes, and like Tetsu went to there because he thought he would go there and find hot white chicks or something, like youth hostel shit. And he's like, dude, it's just old perverted Japanese guys. What the fuck, man? Place smells like cigarettes. And I'm like, yeah, it sucks, Tetsu. Good luck. Be the ball, son. Oh. But anyway, when we were in Okinawa, though, like, I thought, hey, it's Okinawa. It's tropical. It's not gonna be cold. And Oriental Pearl, like, messages me, and she's like, that's subtropical. That's not tropical. It's still going to be cold. And I'm like, what? And so, yeah, I got rained on a bunch, and luckily I brought my fleece with me, and fleeces are nature's gift to man right there, because it's nice. It's, what is it? It keeps you warm, and it dries so quickly, and it's just awesome. Like, if any of you guys have never tried wearing a fleece before, you don't know what you're missing out. And the great thing is like, I bought mine from the Fat Guy shop because I guess nobody wanted to buy those. I bought them on sale for like $10 each, and they're so comfortable. But anyway, like when I was in Okinawa, I got really cold, and so I had to buy a bunch of those heat pads, the disposable heat packets. They call them Cairo in Japan, and I had to buy a bunch of them. And I even bought, like, because like at Family Mart, you go to any convenience store and they sell them usually, even if you go down to Okinawa or whatever. And so, like, I bought like 10 of those. Like, I bought a pack of 10. I just unloaded all of them at once, and I just put them on my legs, put them in my shoes, put them on my arms, put like a bunch of them. I put like 9 on my body because like I didn't bring winter stuff for Okinawa. I was like, hey, you know, beaches, bitches, etc. And so like, you know, when I get back to when I get back to my hotel room, you know, I throw all my stuff down, and it's so funny because I got rained on like 5 times that day because the rain just kept coming in and coming out. And so I fucking you know, and so, like, my clothing is dry, right? Thanks to, like, going in the wind and just, it dried off. But, so I had all these fucking Cairo, at least, like, you know, probably 13 by that point. And they're good for, like, 10, 15 hours. And so, like, especially if you keep them together for a while, they just feed off each other's heat and they'll last longer. So, I just threw them, like, in my futon. And then I just covered them with a blanket, and my room started heating up just from the collected heat. And take in mind that was Okinawa and it was a hotel room, but the way I'm thinking about it is that, you know, Tetsu's like, oh, you know, I bought a new stove, and we can like stove it up like ancient like Indians or something. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm just gonna like get in my tent, and I'm just gonna put a bunch of fucking Cairo in my in my sleeping bag, and that'll just heat up the whole fucking tent. Even if it's just like a thin little layer, it's gonna make it nice and toasty, you know. So I'm not too worried about that shit. And the cool thing about my tent is that I got it so my first tent only had 2 windows, and they were at the very top, so you couldn't see if anything was outside, and I hated that. I didn't like that at all. And like, luckily we're staying at a campsite where there's a bunch of people, so I don't think any bears are going to show up. And even if a bear does come, I got some bear mace. It's a little tiny one, but it works, you know. And I got scissors too, so if that fucker comes at me, just shank to the eye, the neck, let him bleed out, you know. Fuck that bear. Goddamn, PapaTetsu, why are you so angry? I don't know, I got issues. Leave me alone, bruh. But it's it's like yeah, I mean, you know, safety in numbers, right? And so we're going to this like campground where everyone parks their like car, and then they just camp next to their car. And I don't know, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun. Like, we're just gonna do this stuff, and it's gonna be nice. And yeah, I mean, like, you know, I've never had a good sleep when I've been camping, not once. But this time I've got my extra blanket. I've got a towel for my you know, because I've got a big fat body. I got this big fat you know, barrel like stomach, and so when I sleep, I usually sleep on my right side. And you know, I need something to balance the stomach when I lay down, and so I usually hug a pillow, and then I have like my head a pillow as well. So, you know, usually what happens then is I just like roll my pants up and just use that, because they're pretty thick. Use them as the hugging pillow, and then I'll use a towel, because you can roll that up multiple times into a hard pillow, and just use that as the other fucking towel. But I don't know, I'm looking forward to it too, because this is gonna be fun, you know. I'm gonna ghetto this shit up, dude. If it's like, I don't mind going, like, waking up, because I have to wake up every night to go to the bathroom anyway, you know, at least once. And I guess that's what happens when you get older or whatever. But at least, you know, when I was at the guest house, I didn't care, because I just get out of bed, put on my slippers, and then I'll just go into the bathroom and just sit down and piss, and then like go back and fucking do that. Because I think it's really, you know, feminine for guys to sit down and piss. But if it's the middle of the night and you're gonna, you know, you're trying to stay semi asleep, you know, just sit down, let it out, and then go back. But I'm gonna be, you know, like, I didn't think about this until last night. I was on the fucking internet with PapaTetsu, and we were just like browsing like food ideas and everything, and camping ideas. And like, one guy had like a big Listerine bottle, And I'm like, what is this for? It's all empty. And it's like, yeah, man, this is my pee bottle. And it was like a YouTube video. And I was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, man, if it's the middle of the night, dude, and like you're far away from the public toilet or whatever, just piss in the bottle, man. And I'm like, huh. I never even, because like there's no bottles with like a big enough fucking head thing to put your dick in. And I'm like, huh. That's, yeah, why didn't I think about that? So I'm like, yeah, so just keep it outside, use it to mark my territory so the bears don't come over. Be like, this is my territory, you get away from here. But I don't know, I thought that was, it's like, but what if you got to shit? You can't shit in the Listerine bottle. God. So that's, I don't know, I think that's going to be fun, though. That's going to be cool. Just like, if push comes to shove, and it's extremely cold, and I don't want to, like, get up all my shit or whatever, then I can relieve myself in a Listerine bottle that's empty, and I can just go out there, and I can give it to Tetsu. I'll be like, did you brush your teeth yet, bro? Here you go. No, I would never do that to a friend. Not even my worst enemy. I would never do that to. But I don't know. Maybe I'd do it to, like, who's somebody who I think it would be funny if I did that to. Joe Biden? I don't know. What, Dad? No, you can't say. I know, son. It was a joke. I apologize for my actions. I'd like to thank the Academy and Joe Biden. I don't know. But that's fun. You know, you got to set yourself up for failure. Or no, set yourself up for success, not for failure. You know, you gotta be the ball, son. You can't just wish to become the ball. You gotta be the ball, you know? And it's funny because I've been waiting here for about, I don't know, I was sitting around for like 10 minutes, and then I was like, you know what? I've been doing this thing where every morning I make a rant for like an hour, and I was like, okay, and I was like, well, I need to wait at least an hour to have this fucking battery charged, and you know, I have my motorcycle parked, and it's just, you know, the battery's out of it, but I had to drag all this fucking camping gear back up, and it's fine. It's just, you know, when you have all this stuff and you got your long hair and you're just fucking trying to do everything at once, so you don't want to piss off people, you know, like, it's just like, you know, it's so annoying. Like, I remember at my old apartment. At my old apartment, I would sometimes, like, back in Aguisadani, I would sometimes park my bike, like, outside of my outside of my building. And sometimes, like a guy who didn't even live in the building, and he would come up and he'd be like, you can't park your bike here. And I was like, dude, I'm just going upstairs to grab something. He's like, yeah, well, you can't do it. And I'm like, you don't even, like, you know, because the people like that, they just want to start an argument, you know? They just want to start an argument. They're looking for a fight, you know? And it's like the thing is like, I don't mind doing a fight, but it's like, now that I'm older, I'm like, nah, like, it's like, I would get some kind of satisfaction out of this, but, like, that guy would get more. So fuck this. So it's just be compliant and then just ignore them, you know? That's what I've learned in the past. It's just, like, say yes, say you're sorry, and then wait for them to leave and then just keep doing it, you know? It's like filming at a place, which, I don't know, you gotta, it just depends. If they're dicks about it, like, hey, you can't film in here. I'm like, I'm just filming myself. There's nobody in the shot. I was just talking to my camera. Well, you're disturbing the other customers. Dude, everybody here is on their phone. And I'm just talking to a camera, and it's not even live. I'm just recording myself. And they're like, yeah, well, and I'm like, none of your argument makes sense. You don't like this, but I'm literally doing what everyone else is doing, except instead of talking to a phone, I'm talking to a camera. Like, your argument it's void. It does not, you know, like, you are not making, like, no, like, I don't mind following the rules if it doesn't inconvenience somebody horribly, you know? But if you're like, hey, stop doing this because it's slightly different than what everyone else is doing, then, like, yeah, fuck you. Like, you know, it's like, I'm not going to kill somebody, and it's like, you know, you're not going to break the rule. I'm not going to steal from somewhere. But at the same time, it's like, oh, hey, you can't, it's like, oh, you know, you can't park your bike outside your own apartment building in Ueno because like you could be disturbing the parking of somebody else. I'm like, dude, look, everyone's got a lot of space there. I don't mean to fucking park there for too long. It's gonna be 5 minutes. I'm gonna get out of there. It's not a big deal. And it's like, well, you fucking super convenience, dude. Like, I live in this building. You see me every single time I leave the building, and this green scooter is mine. And look, I'm not hurting anybody. And like, just leave it alone. They're like, I can't believe this man has the guff to talk back to me. It's like, God, people like that, they just need to get some beach justice, like a nice solid duke, right into the middle of the diaphragm. It's just nothing teaches. People say violence doesn't solve anything, but I think it does. Sometimes it's like, nothing puts you in your place better than a nice ass kicking, or just like a nice getting the wind kicked out of you. But unfortunately, those days are over, because there's cameras everywhere, and the Biden, I don't know, Joe Biden, it's all his fault. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and it is what it is, Fucking A, dude. Fucking A. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I've been doing this fucking spiel for like 35 minutes now, right? And I'm just thinking, I'm like, damn, we got maybe 4 or 5 hours of daylight. Like, basically, even if the battery's not fully charged, as soon as Tetsu gets here, I'm just unplugging it. We're going to go plug it back in. We're going to fucking go, because I forgot how batteries 100% work when it comes to motorcycles. But like, the way a battery works is that, like, it powers the electronics part of the motorcycle, right? So like your lights, your like starter, the thing that sparks the engine to fucking start eating gasoline, pretty much, right? And so it's like with the battery, like, you need it to be fully charged so it can start starting up your bike over and over and over again, right? And but if you ride your bike for a while, like a couple hours or so, then it will like charge up the battery again, because it's being in use, but it's also getting a charge from from the engine, right? And so, like, if you're doing like a bunch of stop and go traffic, that's not going to be good for you. But if you're on the highway where there's no fucking there's no stoplights or whatever, and you're just going straight for the whole time, then that should be fine. That should technically like charge your battery, or at least keep it at the steady medium that it was at, right? Like that's the thing that kind of sucks about Tokyo traffic, is it's very spotty, like touch and go. And I mean, to be fair, it's good that this happened before I left, because that would have sucked if this happened right while we were at a stoplight, But I've learned my lesson now. It's just, in the future, before I go on a big trip, we're going to check the gas, check the air, and charge the battery before we go. And yeah, we got to just, you got to go through the whole checklist. And oh man, fucking A. But I mean, this will be cool though, because last time I went semi-camping, it wasn't full camping, because we did glamping or whatever. I was with my buddy Juan in Iwate, and he it's cool because like there's a camping ground that we went to that he's been to before, and you can rent the grill and everything. And even though you can't make fires there, ironically, you can put the fire on the grill and it's okay. Like, you can like use that technically as a fireplace and it's okay. But I get it if you don't. I don't understand. Maybe one of you guys in the premiere chat or the comment section can explain this to me. But why are some places against you having a fire? Like, look, if there's no grass, right? There's no grass anywhere, so you're not damaging the ground. Like, it's a rocky kind of like dirt road parking lot, and you do the whole fire circle thing where you surround the circle with rocks, and you make like a little nice fireplace, and then you just put the wood there, and then it turns to ash, and then so it's just like, it's just dusty sand. Then like, why are people so against you doing fire? Because like the place that we're going to is very grassy, and so like they don't want patches of the grass just to die because people are starting fires. So we're having to bring like this special fire metal platform thing to put the wood on. And And I'm like, all we're gonna do is it's just gonna turn to ash, and then we just pour it onto the ground. So I don't know, like, what's the what's the big deal? What's the difference here, you know? And it's like, because like I get it for the grassy parts, but I don't get it for the parts that are just like rocky already, you know, like that's just dirt. And it's like, well, those rocks, if you leave them in a circle, that could be like, you know, a hindrance to other people. And I'm like, I don't know, wouldn't it be better just to have like a set fireplace somewhere versus just, I don't know. Whatever. I mean, hey, that's just what I get for using logic. You know, Papa Tika, you're being too logical about it. You gotta stop. I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry. I was born with a brain and a male's penis. A male's penis, you say, Dad? Yep. I gotta say, 100% farm raised. You know, male penis. Ugh. But yeah, I don't know. It's nice though. Hold on a second. Let me. I already have my protein shake and 2 coffees. Oh, coffee, why? And now I'm sitting here hydrating. Oh, man. But anyway, I just, it's such a pain in the ass that it's just like, oh, you got the duffel bag full of shit. I've got a little mini bag on my bike full of shit. And I haven't used my bungee cables in a while, so it's a little bit tougher than before. And it's like, I don't know, man. You know, it's just like, and I kind of like I cheaped out, and I got the cheap fucking duffel bag this time around. And I'm like, damn it. Like, I wanted to get the other duffel bag that I had before, but that's like $100. And it's nice, though, because it's got straps on it. So even if the zipper came undone for whatever reason, it's still going to be stuck together for the most part. And I like that. But, and I don't know what happened to my sleeping bag. Like, I had it at one point. I don't know what I did with it. You know, like, 'cause sleeping bags, you're supposed to be able to stuff them into these little bags, and then it'll compress the shit out of them. And the sleeping bag I got was a quote-unquote couple sleeping bag. And it's just basically one for a fat guy, you know? And I have a camping chair. Even though actually on my balcony I've got a fat guy camping chair that can go up to 200 kilos. And I'm not 200 kilos, but it could go. The chair could go up to 200 kilos. And but I'm not bringing that because it's very bulky. And the other one I'm bringing is just this tiny little one, which I don't even know will work. But I don't think I've lost or gained much weight since the last time I went camping. So that little chair should be fine, I think, for the most part. And yeah, I'm using cardboard from the original tent that I had. Or the tent that I got this time around. And so, because like I bought an air mattress, and that was just, it didn't do shit, man. Like, I bought an air mattress, I bought this little foam thing that you can put on the ground, and those were just such a waste of money. And I'm like, you know what, cardboard, it like blocks the cold from coming up, it's thick, and you can lay it on rocks, and it's not too bad, you know. And so I'm like, yep, okay, I got cardboard, I'm gonna put that on the bottom of my tent, like, or like put it underneath my fucking, underneath my sleeping bag, you know. And yeah, fun times, man. Fun fucking times, dude. So I'll be sleeping on that, and we'll see how that goes. But I don't know, this should be fun, because the tent I got is for the ones that I've seen are like for like 1 or 2 people, are really tiny, you know, like they're like suffocatingly tiny. And the tent I got is for 4 or 5 people, but these are Japanese people, which is basically the size of like an American 5th grader. You know, they're pretty tiny. So, you know, it would probably be like either 1.5 me or 2 me maybe to fit in there. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how big and bulky it is, but it should be fun. And yeah, oh man, you know, doodly daisy. Yep, should be cool. In fact, I should bring a bigger battery with me for all this shit. I have it in front of me. I just don't know if it's charged. But whatever, it's okay. Like, you know, if as long as I can charge my phone and keep that charged, then that's all that matters. And also, I guess, like, if we need to stop somewhere and I can charge my external battery or whatever, it's not a big deal. Just because, you know, well, actually, it doesn't even matter, because I'll have my because, you know, Tetsu has GPS and he's more organized than me, so even if my cell phone dies or whatever, I can just follow PapaTetsu's lead. And I'm looking forward to this trip though, because we're gonna be able to, like for these rants. That's the thing. I don't know when this rant will come out, and it's probably. I hope the audio is good because I'm using my phone, and my phone. It's weird. Like my phone, if I use certain applications, my microphone is absolute shit. Like if I use the built-in SMS application on my phone, it just sounds like it's like super scuffed and shitty. But if I use my if I use like Instagram or Facebook, audio sounds perfect, sounds fine. So I don't know how that works. Like what, like why is that? Why does it work for some applications but not the other applications? It's like technology is so good when it comes out, and then it just gets shittier over time. Like why is it? Michael Jackson, Human Nature. Why did they do me that way? Why? It's Shizen. It's bull to the Shizen. But anyway, I just it's. What the hell was I talking about? I was talking about batteries dying and the shitty technology, and then we went off on a tangent. But yeah, I mean the whole point is that hopefully the recording of this sounds good enough, or maybe I can edit it in Premiere afterwards. And this will probably be over one of my GoPro footage that I'm making. Like, I mean, the great thing is like I've got like 15 batteries, GoPro batteries, and most of them hold a charge. I think some of them don't, but most of them do. And so, as long as I've got those bad boys with me, then it's pretty badass. It should be okay, because then I'll have like probably by the end of this trip 8+ hours of motorcycle footage. And the ironic thing is I already have like dozens of hours of B-roll that I could be putting over this instead, because I know I release these rants only once a week, but I want to get to the point where I have at least like a year's worth of rants backed up, so that way I can if I want to at some point I can release multiple rants during the week. I mean, I of course I need to focus mostly on my main channel, right? Like the putting out better vlogs and everything, but the rants channel has always been like doing this rant series. The Tkyorants has always been, it's been like a fun side project where I get to just spiel off my thoughts about stuff. And I don't know. I mean, like, some people, they'll sit down and do like a really hardcore, super well edited, very like awesome sounding, like sound quality podcast. And then there's me who's just like, okay, I used a Blue Yeti mic and I used the dynamic processing in Premiere to make it sound slightly better. And I put the dynamic processing setting to podcast, and there you go. So like over some motorcycle footage, and I rambled. I didn't have an outline or anything, and I tried to stay on topic, but I rambled for like an hour. But I don't know. I like it how I think that we all need somebody to talk to, and for me, I mean, like I realize that sometimes we just gotta talk. It's not that we need to have a conversation. We just need to talk. We need to get our feelies out, and I feel like a lot of people have their pent up shit. That way. Like I feel like if a lot of people just like, for me, I have like my my H1 Zoom mic that I just talk to, and I'm like, okay, and I'll be like, okay, I want to make a memo like Norm Macdonald did in the movie Dirty Work or whatever. I'm like, note to self, get condoms for sex with women. It's like end note. It's like. Or if I need to talk about something for like 30 minutes, and I know, like, my thing is like, I don't mind talking with my friends and stuff. It's just like, I feel like a lot of the time when we're complaining or when we're venting, our friends don't want to hear us complain. As much as people want to say, we're your friend, we're here for you, a lot of people, if you're just complaining, or if they feel like you're complaining a lot of the time, they're not going to want to talk to you. They're going to be like, oh, great, that guy's calling me again. Oh, man, that guy really brings me down when he talks. And so it's like, you gotta, in order to not burden your friends with your stupid bullshit light problems, the best thing I do is just I talk into my little microphone and I let out my feelies. And I think that when you talk about your shit verbally, it's like to yourself or whatever, but not just talking to yourself. I mean, like actually record it so you can reflect back on it if you want to. If you're like, oh shit, I said something really good, like at the 40-minute mark of the last message. Let me like rewind it back and check that. I think if more people did that, there would be a lot more sane, like that, because that's one of the ways that I stay sane. That's one of the ways that I stay calm and cool and collected. Is that like it's just I'll have all these thoughts in my head, and I just want to get it out. And sometimes I do that in the rant form. Sometimes I do that if it's just like I know this would sound like me bitching or whatever, and I don't want to sound like a little bitch, so I just talk to myself on the phone or whatever. Like that's what I'll do that. Like, I'll just talk to my little microphone versus like calling my friends and being like, wee, I was sad because the weather was bad today and my hemorrhoids, it's like, you don't want to burden people with your small little problems, even though they'd probably be happy to hear them because they feel like they're getting like a more intimate side of you. You don't need to burden them like that, you just, because most of the time our problems aren't a big deal. But it's okay to vent. It's okay to fucking get that out. And especially if you're planning something too, you're like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. And like for me, I'm the kind of guy that like if I don't write down a list or if I don't talk about it, I'm going to forget it. You can chalk that up to being ADHD or whatever, but that's how I feel. So it's like if I have a big day planned ahead of me, like for example, I'm doing like an interpreting job and it's for a subject that I know I'm not really well versed in, and it's in a completely different area of town and everything, then I'll be like, okay, just talking myself through it. Be like, okay, today we got to make sure that we're doing this, this, and that. Make sure in your bag you've got like your notebook with your highlighter and pen, as well as the Bluetooth headphones for being on the train. And it's just like when you have like the nice thing about a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job is that when you are doing that, it's easy to build a routine. So if there's like something you need to change or whatever, then you're fine, you're all good, right? It's no biggie, it's no biggie smalls, but it's like when you're a guy who works random jobs like I do now, and you're like, oh shit, I haven't done this. I haven't done an interpreting job for like 2 or 3 weeks, or like, oh, I'm doing a translation job, or oh, I'm doing a substitute English teacher job, or I'm doing a TV job. It's like, you got to make sure that I'm the kind of guy where I'm like, I don't like surprises, so I prepare the night before. I mean, you guys probably do that too, right? Like, let's have a show of hands for the people in the premiere chat or in the comment section. Like, how many of you guys actually prepare your clothing and make sure all your stuff is charged, like the night before you go to work? Like, I'm always like making sure, like, okay, my external battery is charged. My clothing is set out for tomorrow, so I don't even need to go through my closet. It's already there in front of me. Like I know what I'm going to eat for breakfast. It's like, I don't know, man. It's so easy to get caught up and just be like bada bada with your stuff, So, and bada bada means all mixed up in Japanese. But anyway, it's almost been an hour. I wonder if PapaTetsu's here yet. I gave him some notes and stuff, but it's good though because by the time he gets here, the battery will have a decent charge. It's weird. I would, for some, like, I would think, like, even for my iPhone these days, like, it takes, like, what, like, I don't know, like, maybe 2 hours to fully charge it, and that's just the phone. But for, like, a motorcycle battery to fully charge it, I would feel like that takes, like, 8 hours. Maybe that's, like, for a car battery or something takes 8 hours, but, bike battery being almost fully charged is pretty cool. It's not bad, It's not bad news bears. It's good news bears, because those bears, it's good news. Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. PapaTetsu is gonna be the navigator, so he'll know what streets we got to go through and everything to get to where we want to go, and all that fine hot black jazz. Alexa, play black jazz. Oh, I don't have Alexa. Damn it. I didn't want Jeff Bezos listening to me talk about hot dudes. So Jeff Bezos is just crying, sitting down, looking at a framed picture of me and him, and he's just playing that, that song like "Never Gonna Let You Go, Gonna Hold You in My Arms Forever," and he's like got scented candles and extra saxophone music playing in the background, and he's just looking at a frame of me, and he's like, Why, Tkyo? Why won't you just buy an Alexa so I can spy on you? I miss you so much, baby. Whoa, never gonna let you go. Tall chain. Oh, man. The best thing is when you can make yourself laugh, Like, how many of you guys that are watching this, please, let me know. Let me know. How many of you guys can make yourself laugh? Because I love laughing, Like, I think I still pay $5 a month on Patreon for the Adam Friedland Show. And, Adam Friedland Show, it's not bad, but it's not funny. Or at least it's not as funny as Cumtown used to be. And for all of you guys who don't know what Cumtown is, Cumtown was a podcast that was run by 3 comedians on the East Coast. They were from, like, Baltimore and, like, DC and New York or whatever, right? They all moved to New York, and they did a podcast once a week where they would just talk about bullshit. They would riff. They would have bits. And it was really funny. And the dynamic between the 3 friends was super fun. If you ever want to see something funny, just look up Cumtown Steven Seagal, or my favorite one, Cumtown Rain Man. Those are so good. But anyway, it's just like laughter's one of the best medicines on earth, right? And so when you have that, it's such good feels, It's good news bear feels. It's not bad news bear feels. And I don't know, man. I just even though Adam Friedland's show isn't really that funny anymore, which is the newer Cumtown, because one of the guys left, I still appreciate the fact that they made me laugh so often compared to anything else. And so, but it's just like last night I'm watching Law and Order, and I'm making all these inside jokes, and I'm like sending them to my friend on Facebook, and I'm like, it's just like I'm pointing out flaws in the story and getting angry and shit. And but I'm making myself laugh too, and I'm like, oh my god, this shit is so funny. And I don't know, there's just something that's got to be said about like you can laugh at the world, you can see the humor in things and just be like, yep, okay, that's stupid, but that's funny, but anyway, I don't know, that's gonna be it for I don't know, I mean, like, what else is there to say? We've been talking for like 50 plus minutes and shit, right? I mean, I don't know what else is going on here, we got a lot of cool stuff and shit, but yeah, I mean, it's almost been an hour, which is ironic because I don't think PapaTetsu cuts through traffic like I do, so maybe that's why he's a little late, but I don't care because the battery needs to be charging. Margaret, you don't understand. That battery over there for that spaghetti, he needs to be a charging right now. But I don't know, man. I'm really excited for this next week. It's like you got to enjoy the journey and not think about the destination so much. I mean, have the destination in mind, but really enjoy that journey. And like that's what me and the Patreon boys have been saying on my Discord for the Japanese learning. It's just like enjoying stuff again, having fun with it again. And I like the YouTube stuff. I like making up making up the plans for the videos and like what I'm gonna do for editing and stuff. And it's like, I was talking to Oriental Pearl the other day, and she's kind of in a not rut, but it's like she's in a hard place because, when you have videos that go semi-viral and you get good fucking views, YouTube, if you put out a bad video, YouTube won't promote your shit as much as it did before. And so, like, she has this pressure on her where every video, for the most part, has to be a banger. It has to be good. And if it's not good, then YouTube will suppress the views, and then YouTube will it's like it's going to be harder for her to keep the ball rolling on her stuff. She's got like a good thing going there. She wants to keep it going. But for me, like, since I have this small community of guys who they don't care what I put out. They're just happy that I'm putting out stuff. Like, I don't have that pressure. I have more freedom to experiment with my stuff, and just have fun with it. And so, I don't know, man. Like, I know that this is probably, like, this recording is going to be over the bike footage. But I like the fact that it's like, I'm going to buy one of those gimbal things for my GoPro. So I'm going to do a thing. I'm going to go back to what I used to do when I first came to Japan as a tourist. And when I was a tourist, I would walk around Tokyo. I would go to a place in Tokyo, take the train there, and then I'd walk around that area for an hour. And, I lost a lot of weight doing that. And my Ozempic shit has been really good recently. And, people ask me, how do you stay fat in Japan? How the fuck do you stay fat in Japan? Like, everything costs more. Are you eating the same? Are you not exercising? And what's going on? And, since like 7-8 years ago, I had a job where I would teach until late night, man. And then I would just eat before I went to bed. And I never really got rid of that habit. And, but recently, because I'm on Ozempic, that really kills your appetite, right? And so one of the cool things is I discovered this week when I'm recording this is that if I eat, if I eat a big breakfast, I don't need to eat for the rest of the day. That is so fucking cool, because I used to just binge, or I would just be like, I wouldn't eat for the whole day, and then from like 5 to 9 p.m. I'd just eat, and that's horrible, because you shouldn't eat before going to bed, right? And so I'm trying to do that again, or I'm gonna make myself a big ass breakfast, fucking meat, eggs, fucking veggies, just all this shit, and just stuff myself in the morning full of good stuff, and then that's gonna carry out through the whole day. And I don't know, I like it because I don't need to sugar binge or anything. I'm just fucking on, and that's badass. And so I don't know, man. It's just and like I'm gonna do that. And I'm just going to walk more. I'm not going to do live streaming because you have to deal with the signal dropping in and out. And I don't know. I like my setup at home. The signal doesn't die. I don't need to worry about if I didn't read the comments or the chat or whatever. Like, I'm just going to get that little fucking phone gimbal thing that John Dobb uses for only in Japan. And I'm just going to go to different places and go for walks like I used to, and it's like people have been telling me forever, why don't you just go for walks in general, man? Like, and I'm like, because I always gotta have a reason for doing stuff, even if it's like exercise. I gotta do something that is like, it's fun, that's rewarding, that's like stackable, right? And so like for example, like I have a boxing game that I do for the Switch, but that thing keeps track of all your shit. It keeps track of, like, it gives you a stamp for each day you do this stuff. It gives you, like, it keeps, like, a data record, so it sees how many calories you've done, how many punches you've done up until now. It's really fucking cool. So it's just, like, it's, like, it gives you incentive. And I think if I can do... I don't need to make a 4K walking channel. Like, those are a dime a dozen, but I know those assholes like to fucking copyright claim your shit if you use their shit. And so I'm like, okay, I'll go make my own 4K walking videos with blackjack and hookers, because I like using spaghetti to get the GoPro footage, but at the same time, there's sometimes where I just want to listen to music, and just chill. And not have to talk on the fucking on the GoPro. So, I think gathering a bunch of walking footage and then also on top of that getting to exercise, I don't know, it's gonna help. I think it's gonna help a lot, because then I'll have an excuse to go out. Like, I'll go to some location like Jim does with arcades. I'll just go to some location, walk around, like make a video there, and then I'll just walk around that area for like an hour or two. Enjoy it, like get my little gimbal thing going, and then just take the train and go home, and then I'll have like 10-20K or whatever steps from walking around for a couple hours, right? So yeah, that's my goal. That's my goal coming. So I'm gonna go fucking camp with PapaTetsu, and then I'm gonna come back the next week, and I already have a handful of places that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to Shinjuku Station, get on the fucking Sobu line or the fucking or like Psycho line or something. Just go to some random spot. I'm just gonna go walk around, get some footage. You know, maybe go and like do a food review, or like maybe just do some street interviews or something. Get out of the house and just get my steps in. But anyway, it's already been over an hour. I got to get ready to, get going. But yeah, guys, do me a favor. If you made it this far, type in the secret comment of the day, which is, I'm looking at the stickers right now in front of me that are stickered to my shelves. Okay, type in Ghost Hat Mario, okay? Ghost Hat Mario. Type that in to show me that you made it this far. And do me a favor, guys. I try to get 50 plus likes on these videos, like the live streams. So make sure you smash the like button before you go. And if you could help me out, leave a comment. And yeah, don't forget that we do a live stream at the end of these. So if you're in the Premiere chat, hello everybody in the Premiere chat. If you're in the Premiere chat, I should be posting the link for the live stream that comes up after this. And like always, I just want to say thanks for coming here and spending some time with your good old dad while he just spouts out his opinion. So love you guys with mouth. Stay black. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, buddy.